Hi everyone, Stacy from Starfish Therapies. I wanted to come on and talk a little bit about things to look for with your child's development in the outer out of the outer whichever. So, one of the things we always look for as a therapist is symmetry. And there's going to be periods where one side might be favored more than the other side, just like we all have a preferred hand and a preferred leg. But for the most part, we want to see kids doing things to both sides. So, for example, if they start rolling, they might start to one side only, but they should pretty quickly learn how to go to the other side as well. If they don't, you want to find ways to facilitate that. Same with going up and down stairs. Like initially they're going to start with leading with one foot, but you want to be able to see that they can do it with the other foot as well. In terms of in the Otaru, this can be noticed when, one of the first things that they figure out how to do is to roll like from the back onto the belly, belly onto the back. And so because sometimes they might have their head changed in different positions, so maybe one time down by the faucet and one time away from the faucet, you may not be able to pay attention to it as much, but look to see, are they always going over their right side or are they always going over their left side? If they are, you want to try to make a conscious effort to help them go to the opposite direction. So whether that's maybe making sure that you're switching the position of their head so that they can, say they have their head down away from the faucet and they're looking to you, so they're always going over the left side. Well, then maybe what you want to do is turn so their head's down towards the faucet, and now to look at you, they would be going over their right side. Sometimes it's as simple as that. I say that all the time, even not in the outer. So like, when you put your baby down to sleep, make sure you're alternating which way their head is going in the crib because the stimulation is going to be different. So you want them to be looking to each side. Some people can do it every time they put them down. I wasn't that great. So I did nap time one way, bedtime another way. Find out what works for you. Same with carrying the baby. Recognize like we all have our favored side, but don't only use your favorite side. So if, you're trying to feed your baby while you're holding them or give them the bottle and it's easier to use your right arm, well then make sure when you're not doing that activity, you're holding them in your left arm. So we want to make sure that because think about it, if you're being held, gravity and the positioning is working on their muscles differently. So they're going to experience things differently. Going back to the Otaru in the tub scenario and the rolling, say it's not as simple as just changing the head position. Maybe they still then roll away from you, so they're still going over the left side. So then what you want to do is get their attention to you and then take them from the hand or the hip. You can play with whatever's going to be easiest. I probably prefer the hip later because that's how we want actual rolling to develop, but maybe in the beginning you need to do it from both, like so you're kind of helping them that way. You want to get them engaged and then you want to help them complete the movement because sometimes it's as simple as that. They're still learning about the world and movement and their body, so they're like, wow, I've discovered how to do this roll. I can go over this way. This is amazing. Like my world is complete. They don't know any better at that point in time. Well, now you introduce like, well, nope, you can actually roll to the other side too. And it's like, whoa, my world has just expanded by 50%, because now they've recognized that the body can move in that way. And so now they might like try to do it. And you may have to help them a while, but sometimes it's just the matter of introducing the movement to them to help facilitate it. This kind of goes for any activity that you are doing, with development. It can be a matter of just introducing the child to the movement. And maybe they're not ready for it yet. And that's okay. Don't stop introducing it. Just, bring it back in. Just like with feeding. And I'm not a feeding expert, but like if the first time you give them bananas, they spit it out, that doesn't mean that they don't like bananas. It's a new flavor for them. So maybe you're going to introduce bananas again another time. And then maybe again another time. It's more giving exposure to the movement and the opportunity for that movement and activity so that your child realizes that that's a possibility. And then they can build on that. So let me know what questions you have about that. That's kind of like a broader concept that I'm talking about, but it carries over to so many different things. So thank you, and come hang out with us at Starfish Therapies, and we'll see you soon.